Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tickers, the show where we like to dive deep into earnings calls, so you don't have to.
That's right.
And today we are looking at Occidental Petroleum and their Q3 2024 performance.
Some really interesting stuff going on in the energy market right now.
Yeah, some wild stuff. And Occidental is not just surviving, they are thriving.
Yeah.
So first off, they smashed company records for U.S. production.
Impressive.
It is impressive. They pulled off 1.2 million barrels of oil in just 90 days.
Wow.
From a single 6-well project in New Mexico.
That's efficiency.
That is efficiency at its finest.
So it seems like Occidental's strategy of focusing on the Permian Basin is really paying off.
Yeah. What do you think it means for investors if they can keep this production level up?
Well, I think they're in a good position to handle any fluctuations in oil prices.
Yeah, for sure. It makes them look pretty good.
It does. It does.
Let's talk about the Crown Rock acquisition.
Okay.
Mergers can be messy, but this one seems like it's working out really well.
Yeah, it seems like a good match.
Yeah. No significant safety incidents since they announced the deal, so that says something, right?
Absolutely shows they respect the expertise of the Crown Rock team.
Exactly. And they're already seeing those cost savings.
On the synergies we were talking about.
Yeah, like that $10 million savings in Q1 2025 on a single development plan just from integrating water resources.
Yeah, just imagine the efficiencies they'll find as they continue to integrate.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so everyone's talking about a possible dip in the commodity market in 2025.
Right.
Is Occidental worried?
I don't think so.
They don't seem to be.
They seem to be taking a very proactive and disciplined approach.
They even hinted 2026 looks much better.
They did.
So they might slow down growth in some areas, but they are definitely not abandoning their long-term vision.
Smart.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Occidental is going all in on direct air capture technology.
Yeah.
That tech that sucks carbon right out of the air.
It's pretty futuristic.
It is. So their Stratos facility, which is going to be the world's largest direct air capture plant when it's finished in mid-2025.
Mid-2025.
Already has some awesome innovations built in.
That's incredible.
And they're not stopping there.
Yeah.
They snagged a $500 million grant from the Department of Energy
Wow.
for their South Texas Denades project.
That's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Solidifies their position as a leader in this emerging field.
Yeah, they're going all in.
They are all in.
I mean, it's kind of like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It is, but we can't forget about their debt. Acquiring Crown Rock wasn't cheap.
Right.
Are they drowning in it?
It doesn't look like it.
Not even close. They paid off $4 billion in Q3 alone.
That's a big chunk.
It is a big chunk, so they are serious about deleveraging.
That's a good sign.
It is a good sign, and it makes them a much more attractive investment.
Especially in these uncertain times.
Exactly. Now, before we move on to part 2 of our Occidental deep dive, just a quick reminder, we have a lot more ground to cover their focus on operational efficiency and their secret weapon in the natural gas market.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned.
You know what impresses me is their focus on efficiency.
Yeah.
Like, they reported a 10% improvement in Permian unconventional drilling cycle times from last year.
10%. Huh. That may not seem like much, but
Yeah.
for a company like Occidental, those little improvements really add up.
Huge cost savings, for sure.
Yeah. And faster production, more oil out of the ground faster.
Exactly.
It's a sign of their dedication to innovation.
Absolutely. And it's not just in the Permian either.
Oh, yeah?
Their team in the DJ Basin drilled a 2-mile lateral well in only 80 hours.
80 hours. That's incredible.
It is.
3.5 days for, that long? That's insane.
Shows their commitment to pushing boundaries
Yeah.
across all their assets.
Yeah, they're not just focused on drilling, though, right?
Right. They're keeping costs down, too.
Especially those lease operating expenses.
Yeah. Got to maintain that profitability.
Especially with the possibility of a softer commodity market in the future.
Exactly. Being proactive is key.
So Occidental isn't just oil and gas, right? They're in other areas too.
Oh, yeah, like chemicals and midstream operations.
Right. So OxyChem, their chemicals business, actually exceeded guidance in Q3.
Even with the hurricane disruptions in the Gulf.
Yeah. Talk about resilience.
Impressive.
And then their midstream marketing team. Those guys are wizards with the natural gas market.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on the price differences between the Waha hub and the Gulf Coast.
Buy low, sell high.
Exactly. Smart strategy.
So they're making the best of the situation, adding value even with all these challenges.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the direct air capture tech for a minute. We talked about the design innovations at Stratos, but the whole field is changing so fast.
It is pretty amazing. They're taking what they learn at Stratos and using it for future projects.
Yep. constantly trying to reduce costs and be more efficient.
Iterative design at its best.
And it's attracting attention.
Oh, yeah, from investors and the government.
Yeah, there's a lot of government support for DC now.
Grants and incentives everywhere.
It seems like policymakers are starting to realize how important this tech is going to be.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, in the fight against climate change.
Absolutely.
And Occidental is in the perfect spot to benefit from this.
They're already the leader in the field.
Yeah. And they're investing heavily in forming strategic partnerships.
They're really pulling ahead of the competition.
Yeah. It's really exciting to watch this unfold, but you might be thinking, okay, this is great, but what does it mean for me as an investor?
Right.
That's the big question.
Right.
Well, here at Talk Tickers, we want to give you the info you need to make smart decisions.
That's right.
We've shown you how Occidental's doing their strategies and what their future looks like.
Now it's up to you to do your own research.
Exactly. Go to their website, read some analyst reports, really dig into the financials.
The more you know, the better.
Right, so you can decide if Occidental is a good fit for your portfolio.
Yeah.
And don't forget to tune in for the final part of our Occidental Deep Dive. This is not financial advice.
Here we'll be pitching.
Where we'll be pitching an outrageous but plausible trade idea based on everything we've learned about Occidental.
Should be fun.
It's going to be a wild ride. Okay, so it's time for everyone's favorite segment. This is not financial advice.
That's right.
Where we come up with, a crazy trade idea.
Totally speculative, just for fun.
Totally for fun, based on the company we just looked at.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical, for sure. Don't make any real investment decisions based on what we're about to say.
Definitely not.
Okay, so Occidental is doing great, right record production, smart acquisitions. They're in both the traditional and low-carbon energy game.
Yeah, they're a real force to be reckoned with.
They're playing the long game.
For sure.
And remember Vicky Hollob's comments on the earnings call about the potential for more political support for DAC under President Trump.
Right.
Could be a big deal, right?
Definitely something to consider. Could really change things for Occidental.
Okay, so here's the wild idea.
Okay.
What if we go long on OXY, but not just with regular stock?
Okay.
We're talking long-term, bullish options strategy.
Options. Okay.
Call options way out in the future, like
Yeah.
2027 or even later.
Whoa, that's a pretty aggressive play.
It is high risk,
A lot of risk.
high reward. But remember, this is all hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Just imagine, though, President Trump really gets behind carbon capture. DAC tech takes off.
And Occidental becomes the leader in this booming market.
Exact.
Those call options could be worth a fortune.
They could. It's high risk, high reward. But hey, that's what this segment's all about.
Just don't bet the farm.
Don't bet the farm, just pure speculation for fun.
Right.
So it's clear that Occidental is a client you need to watch.
Absolutely. They're shaping their own future.
This has been a fun deep dive. I hope everyone listening learned something and had a good time.
I think so.
We covered a lot: record production, cutting edge carbon capture.
A lot of ground.
Now it's your turn to do some digging. Check out their website, read those analyst reports.
Look at the financials.
The more you know, the better you'll be able to make those investing decisions.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly. And hey, maybe you'll come up with your own outrageous but plausible trade idea.
Have fun with it.
Just remember, this is not financial advice. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing and those portfolios growing.
See ya.
This is Talk Tickers signing off.